Hey there! Have you ever wondered why we have two sexes? How did this whole male and female thing come to be? Well, buckle up because we're going on a journey through the evolution of sexes in human. First, let's talk about genetics. All humans have 46 chromosomes in each cell, but the key difference is in the arrangement of those chromosomes. Females have two X chromosomes, while males have one X and one Y chromosome. This X and Y combination determines whether an individual will develop as male or female. The X chromosome is packed with genes that control important biological processes, while the Y chromosome is much smaller and only contains a few key genes. It's like the X chromosome is the boss, while the Y is just the sidekick. But how did the X and Y chromosomes come to be? Once upon a time, long, long ago, there was a single-celled organism that was just minding its own business. One day, it got a wild hair and decided to replicate itself. But instead of making an exact copy, it made two slightly different versions of itself. And so, the first two-celled organism was born. As time went on, these two-celled organisms evolved and developed more and more differences. Eventually, these differences became so pronounced that one of these cells was able to specialize in producing eggs, while the other specialized in producing sperm. And voila! The X and Y chromosomes were born. The X chromosome became the boss, with many of the important genes and instructions for our bodies. It's like the CEO of our chromosomes. The Y chromosome, on the other hand, is more like a sidekick. It's got a few key genes, but it's mostly there for support. And so, the X and Y chromosomes have been determining our gender ever since. If you get two X chromosomes, you're a girl. If you get one X and one Y, you're a boy. Simple as that. The exact origin of the X and Y chromosomes is not known, but they are thought to have evolved in early mammals over 200 million years ago. The Y chromosome is believed to have evolved from the X chromosome as a result of a genetic mutation that caused the loss of certain genes and resulted in the characteristic differences between the two chromosomes. But just like any good story, there's a twist. Not everyone fits neatly into the girl or boy box. Some folks are intersex, with a combination of male and female, physical and physiological characteristics. And there are also those who identify as transgender, meaning they do not identify with the gender they were assigned by nature at birth. It's also possible that in the future, our understanding of gender and sexual identity will expand beyond the binary classification of male and female, and the X and Y chromosomes may play a different role in determining gender. Advances in genetics and reproductive technology may also lead to new methods for manipulating the X and Y chromosomes, potentially allowing for greater control over gender determination. The X and Y chromosomes have been with us since the beginning of life on Earth and have been determining our gender ever since. But their story is far from over, and we can expect to learn much more about these fascinating genetic markers in the years to come. And who knows? Perhaps the future will hold even more exciting discoveries that will continue to shape our understanding of gender and sexual identity.